Howdy there again, YouTube. I'm Ben Ferraiuolo, and I'm back once again. I just uploaded a very long video, it's almost like an hour worth, of just a bunch of different stuff I was going through yesterday. And looking at a bunch of different things, like some recent earthquakes at Yellowstone, the recent earthquakes in Washington State in the United States, and also looking at the seismic traces from one of the steamboat eruptions from September 30th. Pretty cool if you want to see that. Just look at my most recent video I uploaded just before this one. So, I said there hasn't been that much seismicity lately. Well, I spoke a little too soon because there has been an increase in seismicity today. You can see this is a teleseism, but we have had multiple earthquakes, and they seem like a few of them are in a few different places. But first off, here we are at earthquakes.usgs.gov. There's nothing. They have not reported one single earthquake, even though clearly we see that there are multiple earthquakes. So I'm not going to attempt to locate them, but I am going to attempt to show you the stations that they occurred closest to. And for this example, let's see, I'm going to use B950, YMC, YML, YMV. So I'm going to use B950, which is right here, YML, which is right here, YPM, which is right here, YMC, which is right here, and Mammoth Vault, which is right here, and QLMT, which is in the MB network, which is right here, which would be right over here, pretty much. So let's go to Swarm real quick. Just going to show you them real fast. This teleseism right here was from an earthquake that occurred in Russia. Let me zoom out real quick. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Come on, buddy. All right. It was this earthquake right here. 6.7 in Russia at 470 kilometers in depth. Pretty deep earthquake in the Sea of Okhotsk. Okhotsk? I don't even know how to say that. I'm really bad at Russian, by the way. So let's look at this real quick. Yep, this was the 6.7 at 470 kilometers in depth. It was a pretty strong earthquake for how deep it was. Now, let's take a look at some of these earthquakes. Let's go to YMC first real quick. So it does seem we have had a few earthquakes. Let's see, let's look at this one first. Check it out. Seems like this one appeared closer to YMC, but we'll look at the possible locations for these earthquakes in just a second. And here's this one right here, 30,000 amplitude count. So this has to be, I'm gonna guess this will be a 2.6 when they decide to report the earthquake. Yeah, perfect up and down motion. It looks like, though, let me zoom in just a little more. It looks like there is a little more upwards motion than downwards motion with this earthquake. It's not too major, though. I am guessing, though, since it goes up to about 30,000 amplitude count, that this is a magnitude 2.6. I don't know how deep it occurred, but yeah. And there was another earthquake here, another smaller one, around 10,000 amplitude count. So I'm guessing this is probably around a 0.8 or so. It goes up to about 20 hertz with dominant frequencies between 5 and, I'm going to say 13 hertz for that one. So yeah, and let's see if there's any more. So there haven't been too many more earthquakes, but there was an increase in seismicity today. And it does seem on YML, let's go to YML real quick. It does seem that a few earthquakes were happening near the Maple Creek area, and a few earthquakes were happening near the Norris area, because these show stronger on borehole 950 and YNR and YML and the Norris area than it does show on YMC. Now, if you go to YMV, which is far north than any of these other stations, you can see pretty much barely shows anything at all. So these are not coming from Montana. If they're coming from Montana, they would show just as strong on here as the seismic waves propagate away from the epicenter in Montana and come south. So that means we would see it on here first, but we don't see much on YMV. So this stuff is definitely occurring within the caldera, possibly, within the national park boundary, actually. Let's take a look at these frequencies real quick. It looks like we had 3 earthquakes within about a 30-second time period, but they were very small. Another earthquake there, another earthquake there, another one there. So we had very small, very, very small, very minor rapid succession swarm. But this time it didn't occur at YLT. It did not occur at YLT, because usually the rapid succession earthquake swarms occur near West Thumb. But you could tell it does not show as well on here. But let's go to YNR real quick. Nope, that's borehole 950. YNR, there we go. It does show a little bit here. So, Pretty sure most of these earthquakes occurred here and here. But they still are not reporting anything for Yellowstone yet. I hear that they're on break or something because it's a Saturday. What is today? Is today Saturday? Yeah, today's Saturday. So maybe they just decided not to report any earthquakes today. Because sometimes on Saturdays they do report earthquakes and other times they don't. Okay, so let's take a look at YPM real quick. Yeah, it doesn't show much on here either. So maybe most of these occurred near Norris, possibly. Let's go back to borehole 950. Let's check this out. And again, here's the teleseism from that 6.7 in Russia. Here is that, yeah, it shows a lot weaker on borehole 950. This earthquake right here that I think is a magnitude 2.6. I'm thinking it is. And here are those events right there. So yeah, nothing too major, but yes, we have had an increase in seismicity today in a small swarm. So real quick, let's go down. I'm going to open the seismic program waves real quick. Here we are in the seismic program waves. I'm going to merge these files. Let's go to downloads real quick. Go back. Once again, B950, QLMT, YMC, YML, YMV, and YPM. Let's go back to swarm and look at the next earthquake that occurred. Let's see, that's the teleseism. Not really going to look at that right now. The next earthquake I'm going to say was at 12:56:18. Let's zoom out and go to 12:56:18. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Right there. Let's zoom in. Ah, there it is. All right, so let's see the P wave arrival, if we can find it. All right. Oh yeah, definitely showed on YMC first. So this earthquake that occurred right here at 12:56:18 definitely showed on YMC first out of all the seismic stations that picked it up. I don't even have to look at the P wave to know that. You can obviously tell that it showed on YMC first. Now let's go back. Let's look at the next earthquake that occurred, 1405. Okay, so it's this large one right here with a maximum amplitude count of about 30,000, which in my opinion will be around a 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. And that occurred at 13:53. So let's see what station it occurred closest to. And you could obviously see it right here. All right, let's see real quick. Oh yeah, definitely showed on YMC first, and the P wave looks pretty strong, so I am guessing it occurred pretty much right where YMC is. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, we do have a little swarm going on. Largest earthquake in the swarm was a magnitude 2.6, but it's nothing major, guys. Nothing too major yet. But this could be the start of something. You never know. All right, let's look at the next one, which was at 1405. Let's zoom out real quick. Go to 1405 if I can find it. 1405, there you are. Zoom all the way in. There's that one little tiny microquake. It really didn't show much on any other seismic station, so it must have been very tiny. Only occurred at YMC pretty much, so that's probably where it occurred. Let's go back, look for the next earthquake. I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, that's interesting. Huh, that doesn't even really look like an earthquake, does it? Maybe a deep earthquake? It does look like an earthquake, but I don't know. Let's look at that. That's at 1443, right? 1443.06. 1443.06. Zoom out. 1443. Let's just go right there. Zoom in. Go all the way over. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's zoom in a little more. There it is, right there. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. It showed on YML first and YMC second. So that means it appeared closer to YML than any other seismic station. So it definitely occurred, I'm guessing, a little northwest of the station YML, which is located right here. So it could have occurred, I'm guessing, right in this area right here. Let's look at the next event, which was at 1504.24. Let's zoom out. 1504.24, which is right here about right there. This was another small microquake. What was the maximum amplitude count? It was around 10,000, maybe a 0.8, I'm guessing, maybe a magnitude 0.8. This one did show on YMC first, so it showed there. Now let's look real quick at YML. I want to look at these earthquakes right here. 1439. So the time frame from these, I'm going to start right here at 1434. Actually, no, wait, I already looked at that one, I think. So let's start here at 1438 to 1443. So let's zoom out and go to 1438, which would be 1438. Where are you? 1438. It's right there. All right, let's zoom in real quick. So you can see right here. Do you see right here? There's 1. Right here, there's 2. And there's 3. You can see clearly on borehole 950 and YML. And you can barely see also on YPM these events too. So this occurred, I'm going to guess, let me zoom in a little more. There's the P wave is right about there. The P wave shows up later. So yeah, it definitely showed on YML first. Let's scoot over a little bit. Let's zoom in on this one. Yep, this one showed on YML first as well. Let me zoom in all the way just to mark the P wave for you. This is the P wave right here, the beginning, the P wave arrival. Let's mark that real quick. Let's zoom out. You see that? That is the P wave arrival, the initial beginning of the P wave. Let's zoom out. Let's go over one more time. There is another earthquake. Let's see. Yep, it showed on YML first. Let's go ahead and mark the P wave for that one. And I guess it's right about there. Mark the P wave. Let's zoom out. Yep, definitely showed on YML first. So we do have earthquakes occurring in 2 locations. We had a few earthquakes occurring around here, possibly about just northwest of the seismic station YML, probably less than a mile or so. And we also had a few earthquakes occurring up here at YMC, which I am guessing this one is a magnitude 2.6 or 2.7. I'm thinking this one, let me go back. Which one was that? Let's go back to QLMT. See, QLMT doesn't show these that strong, so they're not coming from Montana. Let's close this out. I lost YMC. Oh no. There's YMC. There's my buddy boy. So this one had a maximum amplitude count also of around 30,000. Wow, okay. Interesting. So it is possible this one could be also around 2.5 or so, I'm guessing. But this right here looks a lot stronger. So possibly this was even a 3.0. For some reason the amplitudes got cut right there. So I'm guessing that is about, I'm upping it now. I'm going to say that's a 3.0. The rest of these, probably about 0.5. Probably about 0.8. Remember, I'm not really good at judging magnitudes. So, I mean, it's pretty new to me, judging magnitudes. So, I'm guessing this is probably a 0.4. Very tiny, very tiny. And again, here's the teleseism. So, we do have an increase in seismicity right now, today, as of 1:14 p.m. Pacific Time, October 13th, 2018. Let's just refresh this page real quick. Let's see if they have reported any yet, because that is a good-sized earthquake that they should have reported. Nothing. Hey, it looks like I got an earthquake here. Hey, that's like right next to where... Oh, never mind. That's just west of right where I live. I wonder if I felt it. Only a magnitude 1.9 and 20.5 kilometers in depth. They're still not reporting anything. And these earthquakes were from earlier. They do not show up on these seismographs much at all down here. They're not reporting anything. So hopefully they get that out. And I wonder if I'm now upping it to a 2.9 to 3.0. We'll see how it turns out, because this is still all new to me, guys. I'm still pretty much a beginner amateur at all this. So thank you guys for all you do, and wow, they got some snow on the ground. Look at that. Man, I hope we get some snow here soon in Washington. I'm missing snow. And remember, if you want to learn how to analyze seismic data, and especially how to find seismic data, which actually is pretty easy, guys, just go to my website, https://monitorsize.weebly.com, and peruse through the different pages on there, especially in the More drop-down menu. Yeah, so we'll see what comes of it. We'll see what they report. Still nothing. Thank you guys for watching, and remember, go see my most previous video. It's about 51 minutes long, I'm thinking, or something, and just go to the parts in the description box of that video if you want to skip to a certain part. I even showed the... Here, let me show you just real quick. Just real fast. Let me go to open file. Let me go back. Ben study folder. Q website. Nope, that's not it. Go to Ben videos. Where is this? Let's see. Where did I put it? Scripted videos, I think. Update stuff with videos. Here it is. Here's YNM, HHC, and here is the seismic trace for the steamboat eruption that occurred on September 30th, 2018 at 6:55 Mountain Time, which is also 0:55 UTC October 1st. Also, if you guys are having a hard time understanding UTC, I do have a very quick and simple basic page on my website showing how to read UTC. But yeah, in my last video, I showed the seismic trace from this steamboat eruption. Look at that, guys. It lasted for a long time, too. So, if you want to see the stuff associated with this, please go see my most recent video. Again, I thank you guys for all that you do, and God bless, and remember, the truth is hate or fear to those who hate or fear the truth. Ben Ferraiuolo signing off, and I'll be back on if that swarm continues, or if it gets worse, or if anything else changes, guys. So I'll be back.